Hey guys, okay, so today I'm going to be doing a book review of The 100 Homecoming by Kass Morgan. If you have not read these books or watched the TV show is fabulous. It does differ from the books, but I love these books just as much as the TV show. Basically, if you don't know what the 100 is, it's basically where these kids they live in this spaceship called the Ark. And the Ark is dying. They're running out of oxygen, so the government sends these 100 kids down to Earth to see if it's inhabitable again because they had to go up to space during a nuclear apocalypse. So this is the third book in the series, and I am just in love with Kass Morgan. I feel like she just totally writes with hilarity and wit, but also kind of like a grittiness, kind of like a rawness. Her characters go through a lot, and what she's very good at is basically adapting the different voices. There's different narrators throughout this whole book. There's new characters like Glass and Luke, and so one thing I love about it is that you definitely know who's talking. You're never confused about who's talking. They have very distinct voices, which helps a lot when you have multiple narrators. I just love this book. We got to learn more about Wells and his girlfriend Sasha and the Earthborns, or Grounders, as they're called in the show. But yeah, the Earthborns, learning more about them, and just Clark dealing with kind of like the aftermath of learning that her parents are alive when she thought they were dead this whole time, and her relationship with Bellamy. I really enjoyed this series. Basically, Clark's trying to figure out where her parents are. Bellamy, new colonists are basically coming down. That's where we ended off. And so when Bellamy realizes, oh shoot, more colonists are coming down, or more people from the Ark, as they're called in the show, are coming down, he shot Chancellor Jaha. So he's kind of like an accessory. He didn't shoot him personally, like in the TV show, but in the book, he was kind of like the second in command of there was like a person above him who he was involved with the plot to kill Jaha, so he could get on the dropship. And so it's him kind of dealing with his demons, dealing with his past mistakes, and trying to decide, should I run and hide from everybody that I love, including Clark and Octavia, or should I fight and maybe I'll be forgiven for my crimes. This book was so suspenseful. I literally picked this book up probably on about a Saturday. I could not put this book down. Her books are impossible to put down. They're so suspenseful. You never know what's going to happen. It's just constant suspense, constant cliffhangers. You just have to keep reading. I stayed up way too late last night reading this book. But I was like, I'm finished. I really want to finish this book. And so I finished it today. It was just so wonderful. I loved that Wells is alive, because Wells died in the third episode of the TV show. So I loved how Wells is alive, how they have a very interesting relationship. They have a friendship, and we learned that, obviously spoilers, if you didn't already know in this video, but we learned that Wells and Bellamy are actually brothers, actually half-brothers. Bellamy was basically Wells's father, Jaha, had a relationship with Bellamy's mother, and then she basically had Bellamy. And so it was really cool to see their like brotherly love, or brotherly bond, because we didn't really get to see that a lot in the show. In the show, they were very much like constantly fighting with each other, so it's really beautiful to see that in the book. I love seeing about Luke and Glass, just about their relationship, their loyalty to each other, and depending on one another, but also being independent and caring about each other and caring about each other's well-being. I love the action that we got to see in this book between the violent Earthborn, or the violent Grounders in this book, versus the colonists, versus the kids from the Ark. And Bellamy and Clark go on a journey in this book. They definitely go on an awesome journey. They're not canon in the show. They're not together in the show, but in the book, they are definitely canon, and it's so wonderful. There's so many different Bellark moments. I'm just like, yes, there's so many awesome Bellark moments. Just, just they're very snarky, just how, like, Clark is like, Bellamy? He's hesitating to, like, take off his shirt? Like, whoa. Just because in the very beginning of the show, he was very, like, promiscuous and was like flaunting his physicality, and so see this in the book. It's just hilarious, and it's just funny to see their pairing. How he still cares. He cares a lot for Clark. He cares a lot for Octavia. And they go on a journey together. I don't want to spoil too much, but if you love Bellamy and Clark in the show, basically it's like everything that is awesome and wonderful about the relationship is tenfold in this book. It's so wonderful. So many like, fangirl moments. One really cool thing, basically I would give this book 5 out of 5. I didn't have any problems with this book. I loved this book. It was so awesome and so wonderful. And I really, really hope Kass Morgan keeps writing books because I will definitely keep reading them. I kind of read this series out of order. I read 2 and 3 instead of 1 first because I was just didn't have one. So I'm gonna read the first book starting backwards, but I love this book series. So one really huge thing that happened to me yesterday was I was on Twitter and I tweeted Kass Morgan, the author of the books, that I loved her books and I couldn't put down her newest book. Never expected to get a response or anything, just because they're flooded with thousands upon thousands of tweets. And so what was I doing yesterday? I was actually reading her book. I was reading her book, and my phone dinged. I looked at my phone, and Kass Morgan replied to my tweet. Dude, I was freaking out. I had my awesome fangirl moment. It was so awesome. First, she favorited my tweet. Never expected that. Then she replied to my tweet saying, "I'm so glad you like it." And I freaked out. Kass Morgan is one of my favorite authors. I love her books. I love the show. Definitely had my fangirl moment. Thank you so much, Kass Morgan, for making my day and probably my year. Besides, getting my mind off of other things that I've been dealing with. But yeah, so I love this book, and it was so awesome to get a reply and a tweet. So if you have not watched The 100, it's on Netflix, season 1 and 2, and please go check out this book, all of her books. The first book is just called The 100 by Kass Morgan. Thank you guys so much for watching, and have a wonderful night, guys. Bye.